What is going on, guys? Johnny on the track back with another video. I am going to talk about the All-Star race, but it's not a betting show this week. I will not be doing any bets this week for the NASCAR All-Star race. I think when you have an event that is just it's too much of a gimmick for me. I don't really understand like the rules and all that crap. So. I'm all set on betting that. I say that now. You guys know where to find my bets. Johnny on the track on Action Network at JOTT_podcast on X. And who knows, maybe I'll post something the day of the race. It's an early start. I think it's a 1 p.m. start, which is again another issue. But anywho, today I want to talk about the All-Star race itself and my biggest issues with it, my biggest gripes with it, and how I feel like right now we could do something to make that product better. Because the All-Star race is in a unique kind of position, if you will, where the race car itself, like to make the racing better, there's a lot that's going to have to go into that, quite frankly. But to make the All-Star race better, we literally could do that today. They could just change a couple things and it would immediately become, you know, maybe a little bit better, but there's things within the next year that they could do to make it substantially better. So, um, let's just talk about, in my opinion, first the biggest issues with the race, the event itself. So number one, and let me back up just a smidge. The fact that this used to be a great event. We know that. There were some great all-star races and all-star moments back in the day. And, NASCAR, again, like they're in a unique spot where like they really could own All-Star Weekend because we've seen the NBA All-Star game become trash at the dunk contest and all they do for their All-Star Weekend. The MLB All-Star game become trash, meaningless. The NFL Pro Bowl, I don't even know what they do anymore. It's such a joke. It's maybe like flag football, dodgeball. They really now the NHL All-Star game, the actual All-Star game itself, it ain't great, but they did something different during All-Star weekend. What was that? 2 years back for the Four Nations, and that was spectacular. And they owned All-Star weekend. I think they did a spectacular job with that. So let's now get into the issues I have with NASCAR's All-Star event. Let's start with the easy one. And that is to me that, we're calling it an all-star race, but we're basically going to end up putting in like close to at like 28 drivers, 26 drivers in this event. And again, that number could be wrong, but who knows at this point. But, again, over half of the drivers are quote unquote all stars. And honestly, again, I think it's probably closer to two-thirds we're crowning as all stars. Like to me, that should be a term where you have to earn that. You have to earn the fact to be an all-star, to be locked into this event and in this race. Like to me, if you have won this race in the past, yes, you should automatically be in it every year. I think that's like what a lot of these majors in the PGA do, right? If you win the Masters, you can be in the Masters till you're 95 years old, if quite frankly that's what you wanted to do. I believe it's the same with all those. I know the PGA is similar to that. So, you know, I think that's a great thing, right? If earned your spot, and you won the All-Star race, you should be locked in for the rest of your career. I think that's cool. I think again it adds like, hey, I want to be locked into this thing for the rest of my life. And one day, hopefully, when I think it does mean something again, I think it's really going to have that kind of, um, you know, prestige and honor to say, hey, I won the All-Star race, and now I get to be a part of this, like kind of sacred event each and every year. It's just too many. So I think that it should be, qualify if you qualify in if you have won the All-Star race in the past, and then I think it's like the top five next guys in points. We don't need this year's race winners, last year's race winners, former champions. No, I mean, just because you're a former champion doesn't mean you're an all-star this year. I mean, that's I think like is Kyle Busch an all-star? Is Kyle Busch at this moment in time an all-star? Is Austin Dillon an all-star? Um, who else? Geez, was Eric Jones the year after he won the Southern 500 that first next gen year? Was he an all-star the next was he racing at an all-star caliber kind of clip? Like, I don't know. So to me, again, you know, if you won the race, you're locked in, and then maybe 5 to 6, I don't know, of the top points finishers, and you probably built yourself a nice field of 12 to 14 drivers. I think it should be around 12. I think that's a good number. That's, 33% of the chartered everyday drivers, if you will, and I think that's a fair number. So that's number one. Number two, um, what is with them like touting the $1 million? I mean, guys, it's been $1 million since 2003 was the integration of them adding the $1 million prize. That prize in 23 years has not changed whatsoever. Let me just do, I should have done this prior, but let's just go in Chat GPT. What was $1 million in 2003 worth now? Is an easy one, right? Be $1.8 million, right? And with us hearing the fact that some of these charters could sell for 60, 70, $80 million even, you know, we're giving the winner $1 million. I mean, not like these teams are sitting on gold with this piece of paper. Like to me, I mean, come on, NASCAR. Like we saw in that lawsuit, some of the books that you guys, the money that you're making, you are making a profit, and you're giving us, or sorry, you're giving the drivers who win this $1 million, and like the pit crew like 100,000, or I don't even know what it is, but again, it's a small number. To me, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous to me. I think that this should be $3 million, $5 million. Heck, even if you want to do the inflation route and just look at what the equivalent would be, you're looking at 1.8. So bump it to 2, 2.5. Like you got to make it mean a little bit more because at this point, you know, if if I've worked for you, let's just take Kyle Busch for example. If I've worked for you for 20 plus years and driven at a high level and the best, you're never going to change like my earnings. That's ridiculous. Why am I really going to care about this? They shouldn't. The drivers shouldn't. It's ridiculous. Yes, is it cool to still say like, yeah, you won $1 million? I get it. Fine. But, the winner was saying that in 2003 and now we're in 2026 and that's what NASCAR is still touting and they're touting that. I mean, you can look on their socials like they do not shy away from, you know, talking about the $1 million prize. So again, we talked about the prize, easy. Up the prize money. That's an easy fix. It's such an easy fix. Lessen the number of all-stars. That's an easy fix. Just change the requirements. And then I think like the format is a little ridiculous to me. Like, what are we doing with I think it's like everybody races the first two 70 lap stints, and then it's like based on average running position. You get, more people, and then like we get the fan vote, like Noah Gregson, like as got in the All-Star race. Come on. Noah Gregson is an All-Star. Are you kidding me? I don't what does he have, two top tens in like the last three years? I mean, come on. Like it's ridiculous. So the gimmick is it's just ridiculous. I don't understand the format. It's an all-star race. It's a race. Let's not make it overcomplicated. Let's get the best drivers from like that moment in time and get them on the track and let them race it out. Now, do I think there's other things that we could possibly do to make it more entertaining? Could we get like some sort of a true like spec format car where everybody's running like legitimately the same thing? I mean, maybe one day. Again, I don't know. Like, maybe they could go find, it's some sort of car. Maybe you could just give them all like Ford Mustangs or something, like just a baseline Ford Mustang, right? And you do a deal with one of your main kind of sponsors, Chevy, Ford, whatever, and you just give them all the same thing and say, hey, All-Star Re Weekend, you're all running a 2026 Ford Mustang for, 300 laps. And then it's literally like it seems probably that it's a talent-based thing. But again, I get it. There's probably like, well, are those cars safe enough to wreck? I don't know. But, obviously you could do some planning with that. I think that would be interesting, right? To get some sort of like everybody with the same rules, sort of like SRX was kind of based on that, or IROC, where a lot of the same stuff, it really comes down to driver talent. So maybe there's something there, but the biggest issues are the prize money that's been the same again since 2003. The like how we're categorizing what an all-star is and who can be in this all-star race. I think it's ridiculous what we've got to. And then of course, like the format, like what are we doing with, average running position to get guys in, 270 lap stints, yada, yada, yada. Just make it a race. It's a race. Maybe there's no stage breaks, no cautions. Maybe there's no pit stops. I don't know. Like, can we do something like that where, hey, you're racing 100 laps and that's it, and there's no pit stops, so you got to save and conserve your stuff. Like, let's make it nice and smooth and easy and simple like that. Not like all this crap of invert. I remember them like inverting the lineups, da 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 da. Like, cut the crap. Just make it an event with good prize money that the drivers feel like is earned, and the fact that they're earning their spot in this coveted event. It's an easy fix. It's such an easy fix. NASCAR again can own some sort of an all-star weekend or an all-star event and get on top of like the NBA with their crap in the all-star, game that they've put forth, and the MLB and the Pro Bowl, like all that stuff. NASCAR could still have a meaningful all-star event. I think that goes a long way for the fans. Obviously, the drivers. I mean, I think the drivers want this to mean something. It used to mean something. So, I don't know. That's my view on it. Want to know what you guys think. Like, do you have any ideas of, like how we could make this better, or what your biggest gripes are with the current All-Star format, the All-Star race? I think it's important that like NASCAR hears kind of our concerns and hopefully one day can make this event, great again. I mean, I hate to use that term, but quite frankly, I mean, that's what at one point it was awesome. It is now not good, like at all. It's terrible, quite frankly. So, yeah, look, that's kind of where I'm at with the NASCAR All-Star Race. Want to know what you guys think. Again, put your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button down below. And if you enjoy motorsports content, hit that subscribe button down below. Thanks for watching. Again, just keep your eyes out. Johnny on the Track on Action Network at JOTT_podcast. If you do like to follow my bets, we've been on an absolute heater. So maybe there is something that comes Sunday morning. You can find it right there on those social tags. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.